today?
I'm doing fine, doctor. How are you today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for asking. I'm glad to see you again. You look good.
Oh, thank you, doctor.
You look way better. Last session, we have discussed that you were having problem with the death of your dad.
Yes.
And then you were having anxiety attack, going to the church that he was teaching.
Yes.
And some moments you were like going into like a hard time.
Yes, it was rather overwhelming for me at some points in time, you know, grieving behind the death of my dad. However, after seeing you at the last session, you gave me a few things to do.
Did you do them?
I tried, and some worked and some didn't. I got a little anxiety as I was on the beach, and I don't know why. I guess I went too soon of isolating myself and walking along the beach. I should have taken some company with me, but I didn't. And I think I got a little anxious, you know, so I left.
Okay, let's back up a little bit. You said that some of the exercise that you were doing worked for you. Can you name me one of them who were working?
Well, you told me to go back to the church anyway, and for me to try and do the Sunday school lesson that my dad used to do. So I prepared last Sunday's lesson, and I went to Sunday school, and amazingly, doctor, I taught the Sunday school class, and I just really felt a lot better. So
Great.
That was a great exercise, and they asked me at the church if I would continue on to teach the class, and I said yes, and they said of course if it gets to be a little bit too much, that to let them know. So much prayer is still
That's
needed.
very good news, very good. And the beach didn't work. You were very anxious at the beach. Did you go alone?
Yes, I did.
Okay. What were you thinking at the beach?
My dad.
You were thinking of your dad.
Yes.
Okay, and you were thinking about him dying on heaven? How? In what setting were you thinking about him? What you used to do together? What he used to provide in your life? Tell me a little bit more
Well, it
about
was
that.
just that I think I got sad because as I walked along, I could just basically feel his presence walking along with me, and I tried to pull myself out of it through song, but it just really was difficult for me. So I left. I just did not want to feel that.
I understand. How was the relationship with your dad?
It was very good, very
Very
strong,
Very
very
strong.
encouraging.
Okay. Do you feel worthy of love after your dad passed away?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I
Do you
don't-
think that your family, your husband, and everybody else around your children are loving you or giving you the love that you need?
Well, I think, doctor, that they may be doing it. I'm sure that they are, but am I receiving it is the question.
Because you told me before that you had a special relationship with your dad, right?
Yes,
And you were like his favorite.
yes.
Okay.
And it's just nothing can compare to that. So I guess that's where I'm feeling the void.
Okay, you think that nothing can be compared to that relationship that you have with your father, or that love relationship that you have with your father?
I would say both.
Both. Okay. And have you talked about it with your husband?
Yes. And he says in due time and through process, and of course, seeing my counselor, things should get better. He doesn't want to push me into a recovery. He wants me to obtain it,
Definitely.
truly obtain it,
Okay.
instead of it being something that he's pushed me into believing,
Mhm.
and then down the road, a piece I have a relapse or a breakdown.
Okay. Do you think that you are loved at work
No,
within your coworkers and your boss? Do
no,
you feel loved at work?
no.
No.
That's just a job.
Okay. Do you feel love at home with your husband and your children?
Yes,
Yes. You feel love at home.
yes.
Okay. All right. And when you are thinking about your dad and you're getting anxious, do you feel anxious before thinking about your dad or just while you're thinking about your dad?
Well, like I say, if I begin to think about him, the anxiety will come. I think I'm going past the grieving now into the anxiety.
And how do you feel when you feel
I-
anxious? What is in your mind? Why are you anxious? Can you put your finger to the reason that you are anxious?
Well, because I think, doctor, I want to get past the grieving. And I want to find myself back at a balanced level in life again. And I don't know if I'm there, if I'm walking on the right path to get there. I just want to feel normal again.
Okay.
And I don't want to feel that I'm neglecting the love that I have for my father. So I'm trying to find out, where do I put that, get closure enough that I can deal with life. And
That's what making you anxious.
yes,
So it's not really the loss of your dad. It's not only the loss of your dad is making you anxious. It's the whole feeling that goes with it.
it's everything that's attached to it.
So,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
All right. We are going to try to do something different this weekend for the next 2 sessions. You have to understand, I told you before that grieving takes a long time.
Yes,
You have to give yourself time and you cannot be hard on yourself. It will come when you will feel confident again and you will feel loved again and your life will go back to where it was before.
okay.
But you need to give yourself a little time.
And maybe that's what happened as I was going through the grieving process and working through the assignments you gave me. I wanted it so bad because it was hurting so bad, and I wanted to get rid of the hurt. And I think I just overreacted, and that's what brought the anxiety.
Yes, because the first one, you see that the first exercise worked, like you went back to church and that's awesome, that you could actually teach your dad's class and you still have to work on it. Keep
Yeah.
going, keep
Yes.
offering your time and your service. And then the beach, if you don't feel comfortable going to the beach, you can always go with your father, you can go with your husband or your children.
Yes,
Grab a friend, grab someone with you.
yes,
Try to spend less time alone,
yes,
and try to build other relationship where you will build your confidence again and relationship with any other relative in your family.
yes,
All right, so you're going to keep trying to do as much as you can to have to build relationships around you,
yes.
to make you feel loved and valuable
Okay.
and all that. And then hopefully I will see you in 2 weeks.
Do I just go around asking people, do they love me?
No.
No?
No. You know that they love you.
Okay.
You know that your family, your friends, everybody loves you. Do you think you have a reason for people not to love you?
Well, I'll know for sure when you ask me when I come back, I can say yes, they do, and I can say
I'm sure they all love you. I
Okay.
am sure. So, but I just want you to build all the relationship because you're missing some of the love, the time that your dad used to spend with you, the discussion that you were having about politics and stuff like that. So those are little things that you can build with other people
Yes.
and that will make you feel better.
Okay.
You see what I mean? So
Yes.
you are going to work on that for me for the next 2 weeks.
Yes.
And please, when you come back, bring an agenda, trying to explain to me when did you think about your dad, what causes you to think about your dad, and how you felt when you were thinking about your dad.
Okay.
Okay? And then if you did anything else, if you have a new friend over or anything else that you did to try to build a relationship with someone else, write it down and tell me how you felt when you were sharing more time with that person.
Okay.
Okay? And then we take it from there.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Thank you so much, Janine, for coming.
Okay.
I'll see you again in 2 weeks.
You will see me in 2 weeks.
I don't know.